welcome to the video. Dunkin Donuts has a Oreo Cheesecake Square that I really wanted to try. So last week, Paula, she was really nice. She picked one up for me and I tried it. And as I'm eating it, it wasn't that great to be honest, but I was waiting till I got to that middle portion where the Oreo cheesecake cream was gonna meet my tongue and it was gonna be delicious and it was gonna be a great day. However, I got to the middle, there was no cream. I'm like, all right, maybe it's at the end. I got to the end, still no cream.
Nope.
I was very disappointed with Dunkin Donuts. I said I would never try it again, but that was last week, and now a week later, I kind of want to try it again, hoping I get a better donut. So, Paul and I are going to go on a little adventure right now, trying to find this new Oreo cheesecake donut. I'll show you guys when I eat it. Hopefully it has the cream inside. And if not, I'll never be going to Dunkin Donuts again. So I pulled up to Dunkin Donuts and there's an ambulance there. And more police back there.
And a police officer walking in.
And a police walking in. There could be a robbery. Could be dangerous. But I'm getting the donut anyway. Man on a mission. One Oreo Cheesecake Square. Alright, just give you a little update. There's all these police cars outside. The stereotype is true. It's just literally 4 cops eating donuts at a table. I swear, I'm not even lying. So I got the Cheesecake Square. It smells just like a paper bag, but hopefully it tastes a little bit better. You can't really see it that well, but there it is now. And when I eat this bad boy a little bit later, I'll give you my feedback. We'll see you then. Alright, so we're going to be trying this Oreo Cheesecake Square attempt number 2. I weighed it last week just to see what it was. It was like 62 grams. And I weighed it just now. It's 98 grams. It's so much heavier. So I have a better feeling about this one. As you can see, this one actually has an anus. Last week, the donut didn't have an anus, so there was no way for the cream to get inside. So that was a rookie mistake. Always make sure your donut has an anus, or else you're going to be disappointed. So let's see what this tastes like.
Try it. Try it.
I didn't get the cream yet, but I see it this time. And it is already better. Okay. This one's good. Much better. Dunkin Donuts, A+. Now, wow. Alright, this definitely this is a very good donut. It actually tastes like a cheesecake. As you can see the cream. I highly recommend it. And now guys, stay tuned for the rest of the video. I'm going to take you through an overhead press workout as well as the rest of my upper body workout. Hey, what's going on guys? I hope you enjoyed that little donut adventure. I really do recommend that Cheesecake Square to anyone that can get it. It really tastes like a cheesecake. And if you saw our donut video where we went for gourmet donuts a little while ago, this was actually better than a gourmet donut place. And I really am not a big fan of Dunkin Donuts, so that says a lot. So here's my upper body workout starting with overhead press. If you saw a previous video where I went over my overhead press progression, I talked about how overhead press is that one lift for me that I just really can't increase the strength on. If anything, it's been getting a little weaker over the past few months. So this is actually a good workout for me because as you just see, I hit 165 for 5 reps, which is a PR for me. Now, it's not an all-time PR because I have hit it before, but it tied a PR for me. And if you saw the last video where I did 165, I only got 4 reps and they were very shaky. So it looks like I'm moving back in the right direction. And I hope I can keep moving up on this lift because I do like doing overhead press and I don't really want to cut it out for something else. And that leads me to what I wanted to discuss in this video, which is just improving strength on specific exercises. Now, typically what I what I advocate. If you're trying to increase your bench press, your deadlift, what you need to be doing is doing the bench press, doing the deadlift more often. A lot of the time people want to increase their bench press, for example, but they only bench press once per week. And if you're only benching once per week, you're not giving your body enough time to get used to the motor pattern and the movement of the bench press, and it becomes more difficult to increase strength on a lift when your body's only doing it once per week. I give an example of a basketball player who needs to improve his free throw shooting. If you're only practicing your free throws once per week for 10 minutes, how can you really expect your free throw skills to improve? You should probably be doing it more often, like 3 times per week or maybe even every day. So if you're only benching once per week and you want to increase your bench press, you should do it more often. Do it twice per week, maybe work your way up to 3 times per week, and I promise you that should work. Now, I have taken this advice for most of my lifts, and it has worked on everything but the overhead press. So at this point, what I'm thinking about for the overhead press is if it doesn't begin to increase, because like I said, this video, it did start to go up again, so I'm hoping that continues. But if it doesn't continue, what I'm going to do is I'll probably get rid of the overhead press just for a little while, and I'll substitute it for another shoulder exercise like dumbbell shoulder press. I'll stick with that for a couple months, try to work my way up in strength on dumbbell shoulder press, and then hopefully after maybe 3 months, I can go back to regular overhead press and increase my strength in that. It would carry over most likely from the dumbbells, and then I could hopefully keep increasing my overhead press. I don't want to do that though, because I don't like dumbbells as much as the overhead press, so I'm really hoping that I could begin to increase the strength without having to do that. But a lot of the times, rather than people increasing the frequency that they do a lift, they start going to these like complicated techniques that are not necessary for a beginner. What I mean by that is rather than just deadlifting more to increase your deadlift, people start doing rack pulls, they do deficit deadlifts, they use bands, and these are all good techniques. I mean, you see other people on YouTube using them, but you have to keep in mind that usually the people who are doing this, they have more training experience and they've been doing this for a little bit of time, so they've already done the things that I'm recommending, like deadlifting more often, squatting more often. So they're doing this because they already used everything else under their belt. So you don't need to start using all these advanced techniques until you really exhaust the more simple techniques. So there's nothing wrong with doing deficit deadlifts, there's nothing wrong with using bands, there's nothing wrong with doing floor presses, nothing wrong with doing any of these things to try to increase your strength. But you should really try doing the simple things first and saving these advanced techniques for later down the road when the simple things like just benching a little more often doesn't work anymore. So if you're looking to increase strength on a lift, just try doing the lift a little bit more often if you're not already doing it more often. And maybe if you're like me, you're struggling on a lift, like for example overhead press, or maybe you're struggling on bench press, try switching to dumbbells for a few months, then switch back and see if it carries over. But that's gonna wrap up this video. It's coming to an end. I hope you enjoy the commentary where I'm in the corner like this. Let me know in the comments if you like this, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. And please make sure you subscribe to the channel, as we will be putting videos out every other day like we have been doing.